Oh, fuck. Today, it's Monday. Hello, Alucard, how's it going? Haven't slept yet? Man, that sounds rough. Alright, yeah, I'll let him know. Hope you're doing okay, dude. Been running around everywhere? Yeah, that's fair. Are you looking for some more stuff? Yeah, I understand. Hopefully we can get some more stuff back to you soon. Oh, no, I'm late. That's too hot. Yeah, I tried to go live like an hour ago or something. What am I doing today? We're working on this cone targeting thing. Oh. I've been working so much recently. I don't know if I'll be able to focus it today. We'll see. Perpendicular direction. So right now it doesn't work, but it like almost works a little bit. Like self card. Right, so first we should figure out this. It does work, but it's like the range is weird. What is it? I wonder what's causing it. Or origin tile. Oh yeah. First thing we should do here is I feel like it's gotta be here somewhere. Here, like the range thing here. Yeah, okay. This also needs to say and target height does not equal cone, I think. Let's try it with that. Okay. Behaves very strangely, but at least we're not limited to the range there anymore. But as you can see, if we go here, it's like a little club. It's not a proper cone. Well, if we go here, now it's more of a cone. Up here and down here, it's like, yeah, but up here it's not. So yeah, there's just something wrong with that there. And I feel like the shape isn't even like over here. It's like turbo wide too. I don't really understand. It's only supposed to be like this long, no matter like where you put it. But right now it's going all the way to the mouse. So that's, I guess, the first thing to fix here. But I don't really know. Yeah, it's just supposed to be the same shape always, no matter where you have the mouse, more or less. Just supposed to point in the direction of the mouse. I feel like I want to implement just a basic DDA algorithm. Let's do that. Of course you gotta like. Of course. Public. This should return a vector 3 int. Basic DDA. And that's just gonna take a vector 3 direction. And int range. And that's it. We also need an origin position. I guess it should be blocked by collision. At the very least. Max distance equals range. Line size is gonna be just 1. This is range. And we do need mask. But the map position isn't our current position. That's the thing there. It's a little bit, not misleading exactly, but... refresh. Restream has been really buggy recently. It says that I'm only connected to Twitch in the chat, but I see when Alucard type. Alright, I did at least. But if I type in Restream... Oh no, now it says... Now it says I'm connected to YouTube too. Okay. Yeah, it's just weird. Yeah, I see both. Oh well. Usually I would be on Twitch, but I was checking videos and you popped up. Fair enough. Okay. Current tile should be the same as map position in the beginning. Hello Sam, how's it going? What have we for today? I'm working on implementing a kind of cone targeting system, or it's a tile-based cone area of effect targeting system. And right now I'm just implementing a basic DDA ray marching algorithm, just to have a simple way of finding a tile a certain amount of steps in a certain direction. That's what I'm doing at the moment. But I also worked 14 hours yesterday, so I'm a little bit cooked in the brain, I think. So... just thinking. I'm thinking, but what am I thinking about? That's the question. Let's go up to the other one. Because I have more specialized DDA algorithms here, but just want it to be easy. Or simple, rather, this one. To be a programmer like you someday, Robin? Well, just gotta get going. That's all there is to it. Hello, Charles. Take care, card. I was making quick progress, especially with HTML, but then it got confusing. Web development is the worst part. Like, doing anything in terms of web is just holy shit. See you, Alucard. Hope you get some sleep. I'm learning .NET. When you say .NET, do you mean C# or do you mean... I don't actually really know what that means. C#, yeah. C# is super easy, you can just pick it up like immediately and just start working, but there are definitely things to learn outside of that. Like when you're working in an engine or something, things are like most of the stuff is done for you already, so It's kind of cheating. Did you look through the source code for the game, finding units, numerical values for attack power and speed and etc.? Yeah, those things are easy. It's really everything else. Like the game you talked to me about, that's also really, really simple to make. Like Mega Man Battle Network. It's basically just you have an array. Didn't you say you're using C++ here, although it says C#? No, it's C#. I don't use C++ at all. But yeah, you can just make like an integer or something, a 2D integer array, and that's like the board. If you want this boards to be separate, you can have a player board like that, and then you have another, which is like a enemy board. Oh, it doesn't need to be an int. It can be like objects or something like. Yeah, just make it like an object, whatever. Charles object. That's what we're gonna call it. And then if you press the arrow keys, this is a board that's like, it looks like this. Maybe. And then you just have the unit like in here. And then when you press the arrow key to the right, you just remove it from there, and then you put it there instead. And that's like the entire system. And then when you press an attack button, you just check like the tiles in front of you, and then you move into the enemy board and you check if you find something, and then you just hit that enemy. And that's like the entire game. It's honestly not much more complicated than that. That's pretty much it. Almost everything in a system like this that's more complicated to do is like the graphics interface and everything else, like menus and stuff. Could we add you on LinkedIn? I don't have a LinkedIn. Making multiple sprites for even a well, I mean, yeah, that's a different topic, right? If we're talking just art now, all of a sudden, then yeah, absolutely, that's a pain in the ass, dude. When I started out, making one frame for a walkie animation took a full day, if not more, and it was bad. So that's definitely, like, learning programming is 100 times easier than learning how to put together some animations. But when you get good at animating, it's fast. So, but it's one of those things, like getting good at C# programming is very easy, while getting good at animating is extremely hard. Like, extremely hard. There are no shortcuts there. And even less so if you kind of don't have the aptitude for it. Then you're fucked. This correct? I think this is probably correct. And I know people like to shit on Yandere Dev and Pirate Soft, but I honestly think that most of their code is fine. The odd and even part, that one's kind of funny, I'll be honest. But it works. Or it's soft used Game Maker's own language. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to any of it. I watched like one video to just see, because it's kind of funny to watch from the outside when you see stuff like that happen and there's like drama and stuff, and then people start shitting on it and they're like, oh, they did this and that, oh, this is so stupid. And none of those people know anything about programming at all, and they don't really understand whether it is stupid or not. Or if it's like a big deal or not, and it's just funny to watch. Yeah. It's like, oh, Yandere Dev's code was one big script. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it literally has no bearing on anything at all. Unity compiles all of your scripts into one giant script anyway, so it's like the end result is the same. It doesn't actually matter. But yeah, no, it's just kind of funny. Or I saw another video where someone was seeing how Pirate Soft had like a bunch of things. Like he was handling how like what you've done in the game works, and that was just a series of, you know, did you talk to this person? Yes, no. Did you go in here? Yes, no. Whatever. And that's how it works. That's how you're supposed to do it, right? That is actually how it's done. But he used integers instead of booleans, so it said 0 or 1 instead of true or false, which is bad. But it doesn't matter, because it's like, sure, a boolean is 1 bit, while an integer is 32 bits. So it's very inefficient, but it doesn't matter, because it's like a difference of your save file being like 10 kilobytes or 1 megabyte or something. Like it's completely irrelevant, really. But that's the kind of stuff that I saw people make videos about. Like, programmers were like, this is suboptimal, this is... And I honestly hate those kind of programmers. more than anything. I hate those kind of like technically correct programmers. More than anything. Because they're just annoying. Like, they don't actually add anything of value to the world. They are just annoying. But yes, I almost all of it was just troll baiting and reaction baiting and clickbaiting and whatever. But like I said, I did not pay much attention to that because I just don't care. But I do think it's funny to watch people's reactions. And I do think it's kind of deserved too, because it's not really about any of that. You know, it's like a series of compounding things that led to people shitting on them, really, more than anything else. But yeah. I watch so much drama content. Yeah, I know. Is this done? Don't actually need this. But this should work. And with that in mind, we should be able to just go back to where we were, wherever that was. Let's search for cone AoE. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Ugh. Yes, here. So what we need to do here is we need to get the original direction here. And then here we need to get it's called a target tile. And that's just what it is called. What should I call the actual target tile? Because that's like a tile where the mouse is. I'm just gonna call it a new target tile equals DDA. What did I call it? Simple DDA? Jesus Christ. Basic DDA. Yeah, that is what I call it. Basic DDA. Wait, huh? Is it not? Huh? Why can't I call this? I'm so confused. It is there. It's just being a bitch. I don't know why, but like Visual Studio has been doing this recently, where it's just not working correctly. What is the range? Action dot AOE size dot Y. Oh yeah, that's why. It needs to be static. Because this is a static class. That explains it. Alright, so now that we have the target tile here, need to change this. It's a little weird because I feel like it should work. But whatever. It's like the origin isn't like set properly or some bullshit. Origin tile. Sure, let's see what that does. Aye. Now it is more or less doing what it's supposed to, but also not exactly. You see, when it goes to the angle here, things get weird. And down here, it's... Over here, things become super, super strange. Because like here, we're using the perpendicular and it's going up one step. And here it's going... two steps to each side. Which is actually what it should be doing. So this is actually more correct than this. So it's here that it's strange. Why is that? I'm doing the cross product between direction and forward, which is up. But I shouldn't have to normalize this, right? Like the cross product of two normalized values should just be normalized to begin with. think we need to breakpoint here. I need to see what the math is doing. So here, for example, we need to do this, and we need to do this. So it's a little clunky having to do it this way, but it works. Because the mouse is still active while we're here, right? So if we move this to where I want to check things, and then we put a point here, maybe. There. So, the AoE value is 4. That's it says AoE size, but that's our range, and I'm not even using that properly anyway. I think. Yeah, not really. AoE target bounce. Yeah. The origin tile that we got here is 7-8, while our bounds are 7-8-4, 6-7. And that's correct. The target is 15-8. Then we get a direction, which is 1, which is correct. Then we need to do the basic DDA here. I'm not gonna go through it, but 11-8. 7-8, range of 4. We're now at 11-8. Yeah, that's correct. We have our new target. Perpendicular direction is -1. I think this is the issue, perhaps. Not sure. Because I felt like this would be the other way. Because if the first direction is pointing to the right, and the other one is pointing up, then the cross direction would be up in that direction. But it's actually this way. But let's continue and see what it does with that. Max direction equals 1. So here we get a second ray direction of 1. Source object in this scenario has a position of, or an outer bounds of, 6, 7, 7, 8. And the target is 15, 8. That means that the new ray should be below. I don't know what I'm doing. New target tile, 11-8. So the second tile should be below. And that's correct. And then here we add new target tile. The second target tile. And then here now it's perpendicular direction times wait a second. Yeah. The target list is 11-8, 11-7. And now we're doing perpendicular direction times float 1. And that should set this to 11-7. Which is incorrect. Yeah, they're moving into each other instead of away from each other. But when it's diagonal, I mean, it doesn't really matter where this goes as long as it works. Doesn't matter if it's pointing down or up. We just need to make sure that the resulting lines are correct. And it still behaves like super strangely in these other directions. Like this is it's just not correct. Is it? I mean, it is and it isn't. This is why I don't know how this is gonna turn out, because there's so much bullshit involved here, but the math is also strange, because you can see when we go down here, it's like correctly adding a second line that's going there, and then in each direction we're moving 2 steps away in the perpendicular. So, like, this is actually correct, more or less, according to what I'm doing. While if we go up here, it's like, it's just not... It's like it's doing what it was doing before, and it's just moving in reverse. So, for whatever reason... On this side, it's working correctly, but over here it's not. So... I wonder if it has to do with this. This is just wrong. Oh no, never mind. Zero is the midpoint. All right, so then here, if the original tile is here, then it's this way, here it's that way. So what do we have here? If it's 1 and y is greater than 0, let's write 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, minus 1. Then if x equals 1, that's over there, and y is greater than 0, wait, this is wrong. This should just be the original ray direction, shouldn't it? Not the perpendicular. That's what happens when you code when you're tired. This still doesn't fix it though. And now this is wrong. Oh, yeah. Fuck. Yeah, this solution doesn't work. I need this solution, but it's not as so simple. The reason for that is it's supposed to check whether our ray is like over here somewhere. And if it is, then we set the value to be positive. And then if it goes over here, then the value is negative. And then it goes over here, then the value is positive, etc., etc. But the issue is that because we have 2 or more positions based on the size of the character that counts as a perfect 90 degree, that means that it doesn't work there. And I wonder if I've just fucked it up as well. Let's see. Yeah, because here I'm checking this and we're setting down, and then over here we're doing, yeah, this is just wrong. This here needs to be the same as on the other side here. So this is just if this is greater than 0, and then that's it. I was doing every other. Which, like, is kind of true, but not really. Yeah, no, it is kind of true, but not really. It's actually like every... Yeah, because here... No. See, that's so... What's so weird? Because here it's negative. Negative. And okay, yeah, here it becomes positive. Positive. Negative. Okay. Okay, fair enough. I'll be right back. Right, so that's that one, and then it's really confusing because these are supposed to be negative, but they're being set to positive. So so we're gonna need another thing here, I believe. Think something like that ish might be it. Yeah, now it works. Except that you can see it's still like it works, but it's still like questionable how well it works, right? Like over here, the cone is kind of weird. And here, for example, it's these two targeting positions are supposed to be the same. That's something I need to fix here. And the same thing here, right? But it like actually almost kind of works, but this is also something that's a bit worrisome, maybe. Will you have to target outside to get like a certain angle? Because that might end up being the case, right? And that's also kind of cringe, I think. I don't know if that is the case, but it might be. But it is getting closer. I could make a ray that maybe originates from the center of the character for this. I don't know if that might make sense. Let's try that. I don't think that's enough, but... Nope. Am I stupid? I think I was maybe correct before. Is the perpendicular direction we point down? But over there it will point up. Yeah, it was kind of right before. Oh. Oh. And that's the end of the stream. I think. Yeah. It's a short stream, but I got a nosebleed, so it's over. Anyway, I'm overworked today anyway. So, until next time, thanks for hanging. Have a good day. Bye-bye.